going to show you a more contemporary side, and so I have here of Philip Wickham's Living Hope, which is a wonderful song. It's one of my favorites. And so you see here, I have one of those books that gives you the basic chord on top for left hand, and then it has the right hand sort of spelled out for you. So this is like a beginner chord book. So sometimes people start off with this, especially if they don't know the tune, which is true for some contemporary songs. You can print out the lead sheet, but if you don't know the song, it's not going to help you very well. You're going to be in the car listening to the song over and over on YouTube just so you get a sense of it. So that's one thing about lead sheets, is that they don't indicate anything about melody and they don't indicate anything about timing. And so you have to have that knowledge before using a lead sheet. So often starting with hymns are easier because hymns tell you everything you need to do and more. So it's kind of two different approaches in terms of content. So I'm going to start here and I'm going to play it as written for now. I'm not going to do anything fancy the first time, and then I'll start to embellish as I go on. Just the very basic bones of it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some expansion techniques and embellishing techniques that I know just from experimenting with these songs. Notice that I was trying to dramatize the end, and this one doesn't give all the verses, but some of the verses are really powerful. So there's things that you as a church pianist can do to really heighten, if you will, heighten the awareness of your listeners, heighten the attitude in the assembly. The more serious you are and the more active you are in in your worship, the more they will be as well. So these are all things I love to talk about, I love to discuss, because I think the reason we even have music, the reason musicality is so important is that it evokes emotion. And when you think about worship, there's a lot of information, and there's a lot of sort of things that people do to enhance their personal worship, which is basically about connection. And music and musicality and all these things, we really do it to connect with audiences. And I think if church pianists really invested in that, your worship experience from the music would be really just an asset. Your worship music does not define your congregation by any means, but it definitely is an asset to you, and like I said, a musical offering, and also to your congregation.